This is Straight Up Tekken, episode 3, One Jab and Down 4-1. Now that we understand frame data, it's time to talk about the two most important moves in the entire game, One Jab and Down 4-1. While unassuming, these two moves are the key to not only fundamental Tekken, but increasing your consistency and safety in executing your game plan. The One Jab is not only the generally fastest move in the game, it also only has 19 frames of whiff recovery in Tekken 8, and in previous games, around 16. So whatever game you're playing, your opponent can't react and punish one jab in the block. It is also +1 on block, so it forces your opponent to make a decision to deal with it. Using one jab well, and especially as an approaching tool, will force the opponent to make decisions such as high crushing, pressing back, or deciding to step themselves. Next, we have our down 4-1. While many characters in Tekken 8 have had their down 4-1 nerfed to be more than -3, which is a topic we will discuss playing around in a later video, there are a few key details that we must keep in mind about the generic down 4-1. Your generic down 4-1 is 13 frames and anywhere from -1 to -3. This is important because generally it is safest to step at -3 or less. Also, characters such as Shaheen and Lee have a down 4-1 that tracks well, with Lee having somewhat good tracking to both sides, and Shaheen's primarily tracking movement to the right, though it is hard to step. These two tools combined make for a very safe and hard to punish offense when used correctly, without the opponent making excess commitment or assumptions. While one jab is realistically impossible to launch or punish on reaction, a step down 4-1 can be reacted to and launched, so remain mindful of your opponent's intentions, or in most cases, their willingness to do anything to get you away from them. In a later video, we will cover how to make linear moves track through the use of base system mechanics, so be prepared for that. Lastly, while this will also be revisited later, there is an important concept to mention here. While there are small Tekken and big Tekken that exist as concepts in Tekken, the goal in Tekken is not to only use one to the exclusion of the other. The goal in small Tekken is to gather information and control the opponent safely, which then leads into big Tekken as an effective style. You must master both aspects and hone your instincts and experience so that you can intuit when you must use either style. Now to end off, let us cover some basic setups for your uses of one jab and down 4-1. One jab into one jab creates a frame trap that beats any options that are not blocking, backdashing, high crushing, crouching, or stepping. If the opponent goes for a power crush, your second one jab will be absorbed, but you will be able to block. And in the case of a high power crush, your second jab will hit into the armor, allowing you to duck and launch. One jab in the sidestep block will beat linear mash, homing moves, essentially anything that isn't a low of tracking. If the opponent's option used to answer your one jab is excessively committal, such as a high crush launcher, the majority can be stepped and launched. You functionally lose nothing but frames for stepping in the block, so it is a very powerful option. One jab in the down 4-1 will generically beat those who crouch assuming another one jab, those who attempt a high crush, and many power crushes will absorb the hit but still allow you to block afterward. You can then link this down 4-1, assuming it was blocked, into a sidestep, which will allow you to kill the opponent for retaliating with a linear move if it was committal enough. From one jab and down 4-1, you are essentially free to take any action you wish, with many very heavily rewarding you against opponents who do not respect your knowledge. Remember, less is very often more. That's it for this one. Catch you later or not.